Situation for the club so far in this camp. Again, we're going to go about 25 minutes or so here this morning. Quick preview of the first preseason game on Tuesday night at the Wells Fargo Center against the New York Islanders. Orange versus black, as you can see. And Ryan Ellis is on the puck right now for Team Orange. Camp started on Thursday with the first on-ice session, so this is day 4. Team's going to have an off day tomorrow, and then they're going to get ready for the Islanders on Tuesday, and then another scrimmage on Wednesday here at Flyers Training Center as the team starts to ease their way into the 2021 preseason. Adam Clendenning carrying the puck over the blue line, and Scott Lawton in the corner able to wrap it around. Black gets it back out to Cam York on the left point. His shot whistled wide of the net, and that'll be controlled by Keith Yandel, who headmans to the head through center. This is Isaac Ratcliffe over the line, but his line mate's just a little bit ahead of him. Offside's called. And a face-off coming out to center. So this is one of a couple situations where the Flyers, they bring in referees and everything to run the scrimmage and get a little bit of a game situation in here. The group on the ice now is all development camp guys, and they saw quite a bit of action over the last week. Development camp, then rookie camp is German Rubtsov, perhaps the only player that was not active in that camp. Dropping it back to Mason Millman around the net behind for Linus Sandin. Being worked over by Nick Seeler, one of the defensemen brought in for depth over the offseason. Mason Millman's with a shot on the left side point. That was blocked, comes right back to him. Millman over to the right side now to Rubtsov in the left circle. Back to Millman, back to Rubtsov. They play catch. On the right point, this is Wyatt Wiley to Millman. Down toward the corner for Rubtsov. Sandin trying to push it along. That's Igor Zamula, number 54, working in the corner. Millman left point. Right side, Wiley. Obviously, the coaches going to match these lines up a little bit as the teams change. We'll see a good mix here of the NHL club and the AHL club as well as Millman walks in, gets it off for an opportunity on the left side from Garrett Wilson. He shot it just wide. Back to Max Willman in the Team Black end. He fed off a pass, comes back to Millman, ahead to Wilson, and along to Willman down the right side. Willman with a step into the circle. He scores. Max Willman got behind the Team Orange defense and put it home. Willman had a impressive year last year with the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, earned himself an NHL contract in the offseason, and he's got the first goal of this scrimmage to make it 1-0 Team Black. Sean Couturier working against Jackson Cates in the Team Orange zone as the lines have changed up, and now we're getting a bit of a mix here on the Orange side. This is Logan Day on the defense, sending it back in deep. Konechny on the forecheck, knocked it away from Brian Zanetti, and now Couturier works it back to Quinn Schmiemann on the left point. Schmiemann to the right side for Day. Konechny will go back to Day toward the corner. Zamula applying some pressure. It comes free to Claude Giroux. Konechny's shot blocked partially. It's loose in the slot, and this will be covered up by Martin Jones, who is the goaltender to our right. Carter Hart is in the other net to our left. Samuel Erison and Felix Sandstrom are the other two dressed goaltenders today, who I'm not sure we're going to see them in this half of the scrimmage. We're going to be bringing you again the first 25 minutes or so here today. Team's going to continue the scrimmage over on the other side of the building here. So we're only able to bring you this first half, but should get a good look at most of the roster other than those two goalies. Here's Cam Atkinson, the acquisition from the Columbus Blue Jackets in the offseason. Tried to feed Ryan Ellis out of his reach, though, and Morgan Frost is going to carry this through center. Frost, coming off that shoulder injury last year, has had a very good summer so far in the various camps he's been at. Atkinson will push it ahead. Here's Derek Brassard, another offseason acquisition for Provorov, and back to Brassard. Around behind the net, Broussard backhands it out in front. Sneaky move there by the veteran. It's pushed in on Jones. He'll cover it up. Broussard, of course, has a ton of NHL experience to his credit and a ton of experience playing for Alain Vigneault, which is part of the reason he was brought in here late in the summer, and again providing some offensive depth for the Flyers, trying to make sure they don't have to rely too much on the young players. Want to give a lot of these guys as much seasoning as they can at the American Hockey League level, and if they come up, the Flyers don't have to lean on them too much. Here's Nicolas Aube-Kubel trying to round the corner around Keith Yandel. Couldn't do it. Nate Thompson is back in a Flyers uniform after a season away. He saw that puck slide through his skates, though, and come all the way down. Thompson, headman pass to Scott Lawton down the right side. Lawton trying to sidestep Yandel, couldn't do it. Team Black trying to keep it alive, but Thompson 1-on-2, could not quite keep it in the zone. Kubel comes back for Cam York, the first-round pick from a couple of years back. Saw his NHL debut last year. Very impressive in a little bit of time with the NHL club last season. After his senior year at the University of Michigan was completed, he got some time with the Phantoms, then came up late and really impressed with the poise that he had for a guy of his age. This is Samu Chumala, the Flyers' first pick in this past year's draft, working in the corner. Moved ahead for Bunneman, who tipped it past Igor Zamula. Into the zone for Rubtsov. Into the circle. Holds and shoots. Looked up blocker side on Carter Hart, but Hart got a piece of that and deflected it up over the glass and out of play. Cameron Rubtsov will go in on this faceoff with Cal O'Reilly in the orange side. And O'Reilly wins that draw. Moves it along for Zamula, who's maneuvering it out to center. Jerry Mayhew lost the stick, and Team Black takes over. Headman pass looking for Bunneman. He was able to tip it down, and Carter Hart plays it off the end boards behind his net. Puck rolls free to the near side wall. And Team Orange looking to outlet here. This is Matt Strome on the left side, able to tip it out to center. Black will take over there. Connor Bunneman on the near side wall. Sends it back in deep. Black will change as Strome comes up the far wall. Sean Couturier to the corner with Brian Zanetti leaning on him. Now here's Travis Konechny. Works it out to Claude Giroux at the point. Giroux down the wall. That is Quinn Schmiemann, and they'll change places. Couturier fights off a check, back out to Logan Day. Schmiemann, top of the left circle. A shot blocked to the near side boards. On it is Couturier. Spinning away from pressure. Rink wide, looking for Schmiemann, but that was blocked. Comes to Giroux. He gets a backhander off, and he caught iron with that one. Deflected up, over, and out of play. But that looks like a grouping that's at least being tried out early on here. Konechny, Couturier, and Giroux by the coaching staff. They were working the power play and penalty kill before this scrimmage today. Started to get a look at some of that. That front line of Couturier, Giroux, and Travis Konechny working well with James Van Riemsdyk and Keith Yandel today in power play work. Schmiemann is on this puck out at center. He's a good story. Had a great rookie camp and really impressed for a guy that came in as an invite. He had been drafted at one point by Tampa Bay and then not signed. As Team Orange almost had an opportunity there, but there was nobody in front. Black coming the other way now. Farabee rolled off a check. Sanheim is back in his zone. And now he goes right side with it. That is Rasmus Ristolainen carrying it over the line. Centering pass with block. Comes back out to Adam Clendenning. Off to Ristolainen now on the left side. Down into the corner. It's in the circle for Farabee. Tyson Forrester broke that up, and he'll pull it away. Forrester's got a step if he hurries. Has Ratcliffe going with him. Takes the shot. Kicked away by Jones. Ratcliffe after the loose puck. Thompson knocks that away. And Team Black's going to regain control as Clendenning takes it from Cam York. Adam Clendenning is a strong candidate to be a depth defenseman on the NHL roster. Another one of those off-season pickups by Chuck Fletcher. Elliot Denoye working through center. He got it off for Ryan Ellis. Now in the zone down the left side. Team Orange with a shot. That was blocked. That was Ivan Provorov with the bid. Scott Lawton on the loose puck goes rink wide. We have 14 minutes left on the clock in this first half of today's scrimmage, which will bring you that first half. The whistle here as the puck hits somebody on the Team Orange bench. Of course, we have a lot going on this week. 3 preseason games coming up at Wells Fargo Center, starting on September the 28th. That's Tuesday when the Flyers host the New York Islanders. Saturday the 2nd, next weekend, Washington comes to town, followed by Boston on Monday, October the 4th, a week from tomorrow. Tickets for all those preseason games, as well as the rest of the season, are available at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com, as we are incredibly excited to welcome a full house back to the Wells Fargo Center this season. It has been a while, and we are really glad to see the crowd here today. All weekend long here at Voorhees, as fans have been able to come back to practices for the first time since March of 2020. Pulled into the parking lot today and snap back to reality. It is absolutely jammed in here, and it's a great turnout. Love to see it. Connor Bunneman working against Igor Zamula in the orange jersey down behind the net. Bunneman knocked off the play, and here comes Travis Konechny through center. Poked off his stick. He'll go into the corner with Mason Millman, and Claude Giroux is there as well. Tuomala over in the far corner now, trying to get it away from Couturier. It works back up to the point, kept in by Nick Seeler. Here's Wyatt Wiley behind the net for Team Black. Had his pocket picked by Couturier, thrown out in front. Came through, though, to Tuomala. Mason Millman in the right side corner. Tried to get it to center. Second effort does so. Giroux now will control at center for Team Orange. Giroux over the line. Tried to toe drag a man. Now gets a backhander off just wide of the net. Goes to the wall where James Van Riemsdyk will settle it. 1-0 Team Black if you're keeping score. You can bet that Team Orange and Team Black are, as Morgan Frost chops it off the glass for Team Black on that far side of the line. Orange, though, coming the other way. It's Broussard with it, working with Oscar Lindblom. Lindblom will chase this. It's gloved down by Samson to the right side for Farabee. Yeah, we get a whistle and another puck into the bench on the Team Orange side. So, of course, after the preseason is over and we start playing for keeps, and for the Flyers, that starts October the 15th at Wells Fargo Center. Vancouver Canucks coming to town. And then on Monday, October the 18th, the Seattle Kraken are in very quickly. Part of a 4-game homestand to start the regular season, again with the opener on October the 15th. And again, tickets for the whole season are available right now at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com. Here's Ristolainen in the far corner, settling in on a second pairing already here in camp with Travis Sanheim, kind of where a lot of folks slotted him when he was acquired. Ryan Ellis and Ivan Provorov also been grouped together here early in camp, and really excited to see how that top 6 works out with those guys as the top 4. Ratcliffe throwing his body around along the near wall. Nate Thompson down there. It comes out in front, but Nicolas Aube-Kubel is there to settle it for Team Black. Puts it on a cloud out to center. Lawton trying to get it away from Day, but Day is able to move it back to Schmiemann. It goes off the stick of Carter Hart harmlessly. But now Schmiemann dealing with Aube-Kubel behind the net. Now Scott Lawton forces the turnover. Works it out to the point. Here's Cam York with it. York goes back to Lawton. Touches it down toward the corner. Kubel trying to get there, but Schmiemann beats him to it. Pulled free by Thompson, and now Logan Day trying to work it along and continue it out. Tried to flip it to Forrester, knocked down though. Lawton threw it out in front. It hits a stick and comes back to Clendenning on the right side. Clendenning threw it out in front. He had Lawton going to the net. Comes behind the net now for Abe Kubel, who again scooped it out in front. As Team Black is buzzing here. They'll get a line change, and Orange finally gets it out as York comes back on it behind his net for Clendenning. Up for Max Willman down the right side. Willman dealing with the entire Orange lineup by himself. Finally loses the handle, and Ryan Ellis moves it ahead for Jerry Mayhew. Mayhew drop pass to Max Schusko. Now here's Provorov left circle, cutting around the net, looking for a lane. Still holding it's Provorov, throws it toward the net, deflected, flutters in on Jones. He has to fight it off, and now it's knocked to the wall. Ellis has it on the right point. Left point Provorov, back to Ellis, holding, flips it toward the side of the net. He had a man going there, but didn't quite make it in time. Mayhew behind the net, back out to Provorov, and now for Ellis. Ellis back to Provorov. There's a loose stick in the way. Ellis flings that to center. Now flips it back to Provorov in the circle, walking in. Provorov tried the backhand, just slid out of his reach. Back out to Ellis, center point. Wrister deflected by Mayhew. That's loose in front, and it's in! Jerry Mayhew was the last Team Orange player I saw touch it. I'm not sure what else might have happened down there, but Team Orange has tied it up at 1 apiece as we approach 8 minutes left to go in the first half of this scrimmage here today. We will continue to provide you with updates on this event via our social media channels once we have completed our little broadcast of it here today. There's going to be another 25 minutes or so over on the Phantoms ice. You got a whistle as the puck went somewhere underneath us here. We are literally standing right on top of the penalty boxes and get a little blind spot every now and then. Here's Travis Konechny through center. Flips it back off to Claude Giroux. Back to Konechny in front. Tied up in skates there. Left of the net. It's still loose. Yandel puts it toward the far post, just wide. Couturier back to Giroux. And that one's poked off his stick out to center. Here's Farabee with a step. Farabee on Justin Braun. And Braun takes into the boards. Couturier in the corner. On his horse here, Sean Couturier through center. Over the line, drops it off to Giroux. Tried to go back to Couturier. That was deflected up over the net. And here's Nick Seeler now on the left side. Seeler had it poked off his stick. Comes back to Couturier, owner of a shiny new contract that is going to potentially keep him in a Flyers uniform for the rest of this decade. An 8-year extension that actually begins next year as the puck's up in the net and out of play. And this contract, if it plays all the way through, would make Sean Couturier the longest tenured Flyer in franchise history by a bit of a long shot. Bob Clark, of course, holds that mark right now at 1,144 games, and I believe is the number, unless I'm thinking of a different number. But anyway, it's a lot. And Couturier, of course, has been here his entire career at the NHL level since he was a draft pick in 2012, made the team out of camp and really never left. He played for the Phantoms briefly during the 2012 lockout. But other than that, he's been a Flyer ever since. And so those kind of numbers are what's going to get him up in that spot in the record book. We have stopped the game. I wish I could tell you why. We'll probably resume it in a moment, but the 6 minutes left on the clock. We have hit the buzzer. We may want to have a fake penalty here and get some special teams moving. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. But, again, this is the first half of a two-half scrimmage that we're going to be able to bring you here. The second half will be kind of out of our reach, but we'll keep you up to speed on our social media channels if you'd like to follow along. We are going to get a power play here that Team Black is going to be on. So Team Orange, as you're seeing it, is the killing team. Nobody put a penalty on the clock, so I assume they're going to tell them when the penalty's over. But This is what training camp is about, folks. We're just along for the ride. Here's Morgan Frost down the right side. Now rink wide pass to James Van Riemsdyk, who goes into the corner. This power play unit is Farabee and York at the points, as York is the one closing on the puck right now. Linus Sandin is out there on the forward line. And it's going to give me a minute to see who's got the puck right now. That's Morgan Frost. Frost in the right side corner. Tried to find Farabee in the circle, but that was tipped out to center. The only drawback to the practice jerseys is there are no numbers on the sleeves. We used to not have numbers at all, and that was obviously a bad time. But now we have the standard numbers and nameplates on the back, which is nice. Here's Frost in the right side circle. Frost holding, trying to shoot. That was blocked by Yandel. Van Riemsdyk works it around, but nobody at the left point. Farabee had pinched in, and he'll lose the race to Elliot Denoyer. It's knocked back out into the Team Black zone, and we'll get a change. Power play situation right now for Team Black. There is no penalty. They just stopped the game and said, okay, we're going to do special teams now. Here's Max Willman off for Lawton on the left side. Lawton tried to rim it around. It was blocked partially by Zamula. Lawton trying to dig it free, battling with Lindblom and Sealer on Team Orange. Now Zamula swings it around the right side. That's knocked down and pushed in on Carter Hart. He will get the whistle. And we have 4:17 left to go in this first period. Somebody is below us running the clock now, so it is stopping. It's a small little detail that we didn't have earlier on, but you don't appreciate clock operators fully until you don't have one. So we appreciate whoever is under us here. Max Willman on the far side. Put it down low. Over the left side. Ristolainen with the bid from the bottom of the left circle. That was turned away by Carter Hart. We now have Scott Lawton out on the power play with Travis Sanheim, Ristolainen, Samu Tuomala, and this person. A wrister from the right side circle is blocked to the far side. That's Max Willman, who's the fifth person on the far side with the numbers facing away from us. Puck is tied up on the back netting, and so we get a whistle, and we'll get fresh troops out. Frost, Van Riemsdyk, Farabee, Albe Kubel, and York coming out for Team Black now. They'll continue in a power play situation. Max Schusko is out for Team Orange. Logan Day, Elliot Denoyer, and standby for the last person on Team Orange as York is working it down left side for Frost. That's Quinn Schmiemann, the last Team Orange player. Here's York, center point. Off to Frost. Frost, wrister through traffic. Save made. Rebound chipped wide. They try and dig it free to the right of Carter Hart. Pushed away to York. York will send it to the right side. That's Farabee over there. He put it down low. Day blocked the pass out to the point. York able to keep it in. Here's Albe Kubel. Back to Farabee. Joel Farabee works it down low. Willman centering pass blocked away by Hart. Comes to York. And we're going to hold things up here and change up the situation again with 3 minutes left to go in the first period. The score, such that it is 1-1. Team Black and Team Orange have each found the back of the net once. It was either Jerry Mayhew or Cal O'Reilly for Team Orange. We're going to wait and see what they tell us at the end of the game. So what we would consider to be at this moment in time the Flyers' first power play unit is now on for Team Orange. We're going to switch spots, and Team Orange will operate now here on the power play. This is, well, I'm going to take that back. It's the Flyers' top power play unit -1. Oscar Lindblom, nothing against him, but he was not practicing on this unit earlier. It was James Van Riemsdyk. He's on the other team, so he can't be on this unit, but Oscar Lindblom jumps in on Van Riemsdyk's spot. Other than that, we got Keith Yandel, Travis Konechny, Sean Couturier, and Claude Giroux out right now for Team Orange. And again, most of this group was working as a unit prior to the practice here today. Giroux down the left side for Couturier, tipped along for Lindblom. He'll leave it back out for Keith Yandel. Konechny works it to Couturier and back out to Yandel center point. Yandel over for Lindblom. Rather, that's Giroux, back to Yandel. Back to Giroux, top of the circle. Giroux to Yandel. Fake the shot, right side. Couturier with a blast, and that one caught iron. I think Jones got a piece of it on the way in and sent it off the post. Lindblom threw it out in front, deflected. Couturier gloves it to the ice for Konechny, and back to Couturier in the corner. Out for Keith Yandel at the point. Wrister got through, blockered away by Jones into the netting and out of play. We'll switch things up here. Minute 45 left on the clock, and Team Orange working the power play right now in the scrimmage/practice situation. This, there was no penalty. They just have shifted to special teams mode here in this scrimmage. So Derek Brassard's on the draw. Cam Atkinson to his right. Tyson Forrester to his left. Ryan Ellis at the point with Ivan Provorov. And this was working as a power play unit earlier with the two defensemen on the point in this second unit, which you can do when one of those defensemen, Ryan Ellis. On the right side, here's Brassard is stepping in. It's loose in front. They battle for it as it continues to sit at the top of the crease. And now here's Ellis on the point. Over for Provorov. Walks in. Provorov shoots. Block. Comes to Atkinson. He didn't get all that one. Atkinson, a golden chance there. Now to Forrester, and he scores. Team Orange converts on their power play practice here as Forrester drives that home. Atkinson with a golden chance again from the bottom of the right circle, but he didn't quite get all of it. Puck, though, ends back up to Forrester. Sometimes those can be the most dangerous situations in a real game when it's a change-up situation, so to speak. Goaltender and the defense thinks a blistering shot is coming through, and then it doesn't, and then next thing you know, the puck's bouncing all over the place, and if somebody jumps on it, well, there you go. This same unit's going to continue out for Team Orange as Brassard, Atkinson, and Forrester will stay there. Ellis on the right point will keep in that clearing attempt for Atkinson. Ellis gets it back. Off for Provorov left side. Puts it down left of the net. Back to Provorov. Short angle shot, and he scores. And that's all on Derek Brassard behind the net. Brassard took that pass from Provorov, and everybody on Team Black, including Martin Jones, was looking for him to come out to the right side. Instead, he reversed course back over to Provorov, and Provorov from a very sharp angle. He finds the spot. And so Team Orange successful twice there in that power play rotation. They're going to stay on the power play, will Team Orange, for the final minutes of this part of our scrimmage. Konechny chasing in the corner. It's poked away, but Yandel will get to it at the point. Left side for Couturier. He'll rim it around. Isaac Ratcliffe is out there now in the extra spot for this power play group as Giroux gets to it on the left side. Giroux puts it down low for Ratcliffe. Tried to draw it out in front. That was knocked off his stick, though. Cleared up the far wall. Yandel trying to get there, but he's beaten to it by Farabee. Farabee for Jackson Cates. Back to Farabee. Short-handed bid. Turned aside by Carter Hart. Yandel will get to that loose puck, and Team Orange is going to regroup. They only have about 20 seconds to work with before our buzzer here. As here comes Couturier down the left side. Feeds Giroux, but we get a whistle. I guess somebody was offsides. I don't know. It was a strange time for a whistle on a breakout, but yeah, they will bring this out to center. We only have two referees. We don't actually have linesmen here today, but we are very happy to have our two AHL referees here today. Couturier from that left circle, turned aside by Jones. That'll be clear, and that is going to do it. We hit the buzzer, and this half of our scrimmage concludes, and that's going to conclude our broadcast here on the Flyers YouTube channel. Still have lots more going on here today at Flyers Training Center, and again, we'll keep you up to speed on it through the Flyers social media channels. We'll let you know how the second half of this scrimmage goes, and then we're going to have our media availabilities for you later on today with several guys jumping on. So all this stuff is coming to you later today, as I'm sure it's a lot of folks wondering what to do with their Sunday with the Eagles playing tomorrow. You can stay along with us here at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com. Again, all of our social channels, and get your tickets now for the preseason and the regular season, PhiladelphiaFlyers.com. First preseason game is just 2 days away, the 28th, this Tuesday, against the New York Islanders. We hope to have you out for that. Brian Bourne was running everything that you saw here today, so our thanks to him and to John Farrer from our staff for setting all this up for everybody involved here today. I'm Brian Smith. Thanks again for joining us, and we will talk to you soon here at Flyers Training Center.